Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here in Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, now you know. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Something else, something new, some original, something to get you to break outside the box, restructure your mindset, reanalyze the norm, get you to think and strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect, see what you come up with, and align yourself with the most amazing life experience that you can ever imagine compared to what you have now, which might or might not be amazing, but I'm emphasizing the fact of like taking conscious awareness and making conscious decisions and putting in conscious actions into your day-to-day life and deliberately strategically moving and shaping certain dynamics in your life. That's kind of where I'm at with this, and I'm not judging or hating or condescending and saying like, oh, people's existence, it doesn't fucking matter to me at the end of the day. This morning I went to go grab an energy drink. Right, I grab energy drinks in the morning to like kind of wake up. Try to stay away from coffee. I went to go see the doctor a while back, and he was like, "Stick out your tongue." I was like, He was like, "You drink a lot of coffee, huh?" I was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "Yeah, yeah. You got something going on. You should detox from the coffee." All right. So it's been a few months since I've had coffee. I've been pretty good because I used to drown my coffee in sugar. So not having so much sugar consistently daily has really been helpful on my fitness journey. Yet, um, one thing that I see in society is that it's like deteriorating, or it's always been like that. But there's like individuals who wake up in the morning and they go to work and they do the 9 to 5, the day-to-day grind, and they make enough financial gains to live a normal existence. At least in my area, my neighborhood, in my surroundings, it's more of like a humble existence. I don't know how they make it. That's none of my business. But the vehicles aren't luxurious. The housing isn't over the top, and the clothing attire isn't something to say that it's extravagant. It's normal. It's normal people stuff. But in the mix, you do have another proportion of society that they honestly they're struggling. They're on the streets, dirty, filthy. Some of them they they pretend to be doormen at the store in the morning to try and catch some tips. They clean the streets. They do all kinds of random shit. I can't even get into the scenarios of like what goes on in the world, but we do have a choice. That's kind of where I'm getting at. Like, we do have a choice. Normal isn't as bad as you think. You know what I mean? Going to work. I gotta say that people have personal perspectives on personal politics and the way the world's run. And they do have judgments on corporations and wealthy individuals. And there's a lot of stories where these individuals come from family that had created wealth in the past, and there's other stories of individuals that in our timeline have started from nothing and created that wealth. And then society says certain opinions about the scenarios. And me personally, I don't really have an opinion and none of my business. I hope that they have the right head on their shoulders and they're making the proper decisions to, you know what I mean? Like, to have a good economy, to have a good country, to have like a clean, sustainable energy, to have like healthy foods, to have a healthy, clean society, stuff like that. That to me is just like the fundamentals of like, oh, they do that, okay, cool. None of my business. It's just other people. They just happen to create something and make it. They happen to create something, became successful, and they made it, and then every once in a while you see them on camera flaunting around, yada yada yada. But supposedly in the beginning or throughout time, that they were very hardworking individuals, driven, locked themselves in the room, did things no one else would do. Now they're reaping the rewards from all the hard work that nobody else wanted to do at the time, implementing certain ideas and strategies, going out there, thinking outside the box, restructuring their mindset, and doing everything to their fullest capability and potential. So I think we all have it. We all have it in us. We can all get there. So we should take our eyes off of irrelevant situations that are not going to make our daily existence better than it is, and not going to make our daily existence better to complain about others or other situations. Is not going to make our life any easier to overwhelm ourselves and stress ourselves over situations that we cannot control. So we look at society and we see certain individuals make it to a certain extent in life, and we look at our normal existence, and it's like a compare and contrast, and we end up feeling like shit about ourselves and yada yada. But I mean, to be honest, do you really want that life? Do you really want that life? I mean, it's a hit or miss. I really don't give a fuck. But the point of the matter is we see those scenarios and we compare our life to it, and it makes us feel like shit. But then at the same context, there's this other aspect of life, and it's those who have basically no opportunities and they've given up or something, and they're all over the place. They're going mad, like they're fucking crazy, doing weird, reckless shit. There's like garbage all over the place. There's like, I go into stores, and I'm not trying to say anything that's offensive because I've been in certain situations before where I was homeless on the street, so I wasn't able to shower and change my clothes and keep up with my hygiene for months at a time. I just didn't recognize the smell that I was carrying, but my dad told me one time, you have this smell. It's horrible, especially when you get in the car and we're trapped in the car together. You smell bad. And so you walk around society, and this category of existence exists, and it gets gradually worse from that point forward. You have the bending over in half people. You know what I mean? You have the strung out people, the living on the bridge people, the freaking holding up signs people, the talking to the air people, they're everywhere. The intoxicated individuals. I mean, there's so many of them out there, and that's their reality. That's their world. Like, they're satisfied with it or not, but that world exists, and that world has less luxuries than the normal part of society does. They don't get to go home and enjoy a, a, a bed at night. They don't have a roof over their head. They don't have lights, power to charge their phones if they even have it. They don't have services, streaming services. They don't have a lot of accommodations that we do, and they probably don't eat as well either. They probably don't have the mental cognizance or clarity to communicate properly with others. They probably don't have the opportunities to make genuine relationships and genuine connections and genuine friendships. They probably don't have the opportunity to go and enjoy a fancy meal. They probably don't have the opportunity to buy a vehicle or travel. There's a lot in that area of life that exists, that brings to light, like how blessed we are to have normal common lives, how blessed we are to have the opportunity to go to work so we could break even. I'd rather break even than end up in that category again. That's how fucking brutal it is out there. Then we have the society on the internet that splurges and they're all fancy and stuff like that. I don't have an opinion on it. It's none of my business. If I ever get there, well then I don't know, you'll see me there. But I'm not hating on their existence. They happen to stumble into something that worked and it's working for them and they're enjoying it for the moment. And so when they do, me personally, when they do make it and they do ball and splurge out of control and then make a whole bunch of reckless decisions, their 15 minutes of fame dims out and they end up in the normal people category and situation, and they start crying and complaining about how they lost everything and now they need help and donations, and then that I don't feel sorry for. You had an opportunity, you came up, you should have made wiser investments, you should have stayed grounded, level-headed, humble, all of these cliches that would have saved your ass in the moment should have been applied. Should have had better habits, should have better friendships. You should have done a lot different to avoid that situation, because they ended up in a position that most people will never get the opportunity to explore. So that's why for me, on my own terms, on my own life, I'm forever walking around grateful. I'm forever walking around grateful because I acknowledge these different spectrum aspects of society. And I acknowledge that I'm doing pretty well for myself on realistic terms. On realistic terms, I'm doing very well for myself. On delusional, outrageous terms, I'm in a loser concept because I don't have a Rolls Royce. I don't go to fancy fucking restaurants. I don't have $10,000 shirts. I'm not balling out of control. There's so much that I'm missing in life, and I need to go out there and hustle and grind and do all that shit to become an alpha male and to get all the bitches and to all that shit. If I compare myself to the bullshit that's going on in society and all of the trendy garbage on the internet, I'm not in a very wonderful place. But then I noticed that they're usually all on drugs. A lot of them have been overdosing lately, like on meth, HGH, fucking testosterone, peptides, steroids, coke. Fucking dude. They're getting these girls pregnant randomly on one night stands. It's a fucking mess, and they're getting drunk as fuck, flying all over the world, doing all kinds of outrageous shit. Like, it's fucking outrageous how chaotic the lifestyle is. So I don't know, and I'm not trying to say nothing positive or negative on any form of lifestyle, but I believe that I should be grateful for everything I have at the moment, because considering I'm doing very well and this category of outrageous splurging, it's a very small amount of people who make it there. So what you do see on the internet and all this shit, it could be enhanced. There's something going on, because there's not that many fucking people who are balling out of control. Then you have the people who are at the above. They're doing elevated well, right? And who fucking knows? Ain't none of my business. But I have been on these sides of the spectrums, and I can say that this normal 9 to 5, going to work and breaking even, but you're able to have all your accommodations, everything met. Like this morning, I woke up and I paid for my phone. I got my phone paid. Yesterday for dinner, I ate 2 burritos, right? I ate 2 carne asada burritos. I was like, that what I want. Boom, that what I got. Then I was like, oh, I want some nicotine. I was able to go to the store and buy some fucking nicotine. I was like, oh, I want to enjoy some music, so I was able to go out and buy some headphones a while back. I was like, oh, I want some caffeine in the morning, because so I was able to go buy an energy drink. I was like, oh, I don't want to take the bus to work, so I saved up and I bought a vehicle. There's a lot to be grateful for with like the common life. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be striving for more. I'm not saying that I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that, like, take full of where you're at in life, and like count your blessings. That what it means by counting your blessings. Acknowledge the different spectrums of life. It's not in a judgmental way, and not to put people down, or to put yourself down because you're comparing yourself strictly to certain angles and certain categories and certain individuals. If you're strictly fucking basing it off of like this, then you're only going to see that. Your perspective is going to be jaded, and you're going to start spiraling into something that you may or may not want to fucking fall into. But if you have a complete clear view of different categories and spectrums, and the different scenarios that are out there, and then you put yourself in the chart and say, this is where I'm at, and then you make Venn diagrams of all the positives and negatives here, positive and negatives here, positive and negatives here, positive and negatives about being fucking in the no job homeless area society. You got shit tons of free time. Like, everything day and night's free time. Supposedly, when you're super balling, you have a bunch of free time, supposedly. From what I see, these people work extremely difficult and they don't have much time. If you look at these the lawyer firm movies in Wall Street and all these stories and whatnot, I mean, successful people, it look like all they do is work, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that their family life falls apart because they're so dead ass focused on career and finances, right? They live a luxurious life, the best of everything. And then there's the spectrum of life that have free time but they can't afford nothing. Then you have this area right here where you don't have much time for yourself. Not usually, like, I mean, you got to give up about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It's not a lot, but it is a lot. So since we're in the bracket of humanity that doesn't have a lot of time, free time, this is a cliche. This is something that has been brought up in the past, right? If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Meaning, like, I'm about to head into work right here. I show up about an hour early and I hang out and I just listen to music, and I just fucking mentally prepare for the day, right? But I'm about to go inside and do something I really love and enjoy. I get to play with molten metal, welding and building stuff, fabricating all fucking day. Every time I show up, my skills get better. I learn something new. I put in time and dedication into my craft, so I'm like elevating as a master craftsman. That's what I'm doing every day, and I'm getting paid for it. So what I went ahead and did is I went and I studied and I chose a career path, and it was more focused on passion and the love and everything else. Because when I looked at becoming a lawyer, I saw that I was like, my family life is gonna suffer. I'm gonna be trapped in a little office working like 200 fucking hours a week, shit like that. Then I was like, this job right here, it's gonna keep me more physically fit and conditioned. It's gonna have a lot of hand-eye coordination. I could get artistic with it. I could get a sense of fulfillment because like there's an end product, there's an end result. You start with something that's like Legos, it's all in pieces, and at the end of it, you turn it into some type of beautiful sculpture, machinery, whatnot. You get to learn and adapt to skills that other people may or may not have, and you become very resourceful, very highly qualified, and very handy. So there was a lot of things that I was looking into this career field when I was like going into the thought. And then it went into money. This career field does not fucking make that much money, relatively. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, depends. So then you put it on a judgment scale and you say, are all of these fucking amazing things that I just mentioned worth it to take a pay cut of all of these other career options that don't have so much fucking amazing things to keep me focused on the fucking career path and keep me fucking driven and keep me basically dead ass busting my ass every day to get better at this one craft. This craft doesn't have the finances backing it up. I'm going to have a less materialistic life, but I'm going to have a more fulfilling, abundant, happier life. Or I could go for this one, which has a shit ton of money, but I could see myself falling into depression, anxiety, and the rest. I chose this. So y'all, rant of the day. I'm at 21 minutes. I just came up with some random shit to talk about today, to be honest with you. But what I wanted to break into is don't judge other people and don't fucking compare yourself to others. And always remember that one motherfucking area of life that you're judging yourself on and you're comparing yourself to, and it making you feel like shit, there's way more areas in life to look at that are probably going to make you feel better about yourself. So keep your eyes on the prize, quit comparing your shit to others, focus on you, level up, and as soon as you start getting the fucking results that you're fucking dreaming about, I mean, just know that you're already living the life that somebody else fucking give anything for. Something you're doing now, something you have now, something about your life now. Someone out there would give anything to have your life. Just know you're already blessed. I'll catch y'all later.